Hello, welcome to round 9 of the Formula Arc FAC Championship. It's basically on F1 2017. I am the number 64 Mercedes. I haven't been very consistent with my starts in this league, but I made the first couple of races. But here's my best qualifying lap, I believe. And I'm not that good on this track. I mean, I haven't played this game from that point, from the point I was driving, in like 2 months. So I really haven't played the game at all. And I've only done before this probably about 20 laps of practice before this actual race here itself. I did a little bit of practice with my teammates, but not enough. But it's my qualifying lap. It wasn't the greatest. It was actually quite bad, but considering where I was practice-wise and pace-wise, it was pretty okay. I mean, my teammate Alex qualified just in front of me, and he basically had less. We had more practice time, but he hadn't touched this game longer than I have. Like, I think it's been like 3 months for him, 2 months for me. So both didn't really have much time, but it's my best lap. Pretty bad lap. You can see I could probably improve by probably a second considering how bad this lap was, but it was pretty bad. Look at that little side moment. I probably could have increased my position if I didn't have that moment there, and if I actually was brave and braked late for the triangle section. There was a little glitch right there with the tire in the air, but yeah. I'm sorry my wheel is so loud in the background, but yeah, I was really working this car. I think I managed to improve on this lap too. This lap was a little bit tighter, slightly tighter, but it still wasn't that good because I think at the end of this lap, my gap between me and like pole was like I think at over a second, so it wasn't that that good of a qualifying session for me. I was really struggling with that corner right there. I managed to get it right, but really struggling there in practice. But finally found a way to get through it. And this, I was struggling here too. Spoon, it's tricky. It's a lot harder than what it looks, especially in the full wet. There was like no grip. See here, I was a second up on my lap. 130R was crazy too because you can kind of barely see it. I got a little wiggly there. Probably could have gained at least 2/10 if I braked later there. Probably lost a tenth there, getting too close in, but yeah, that was my best lap right there. I don't think I improved at all. Yeah, I braked way too early. Actually, no. I think I might have improved by maybe like a tenth or two, but my position didn't change at all. See, yeah. Yeah, I didn't improve on this lap. Okay. And it's pretty sloppy. I'd be shocked if I did. I think I'm like a second down, it looks like. Oh no, it's not a second. It's like a couple of tenths actually. See, considering how bad this lap is on so far, and considering how I'm up by like 3/10, I want to say right here. So, I mean that just shows how much pace that I really lack. because yeah. Go down to 130R. I was just.
Oh, sorry. I'll change that. I can't change it now though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 130R was pretty tricky. I actually got it okay in that one. Braked way too early for the triangle section right here. And I lost all the time that I gained through the lap.
Oh man.
And that was it. But right there I was saying sorry because
I was like
I was my what's it called? My driver number was 4, I wanna say. Yeah, it was 4. And I changed it by accident. But that was the league owner's AJ's number. But yeah. Well, I couldn't change it then, but I'll change it. It's changed now though. But here we go on to the grid. Once the game finishes loading up into the grid right here. Suzuka's an amazing track though. Like it's fun to drive. It's very fun. Very flowing, fast too. I like the figure 8 feature of the track. But here I'm just double checking to have the setup in. Given to me by my teammate. Now here it wants me to do a 3-stop. I don't really agree with that, so I'm not gonna do it. The track dries out anyway. It goes into intermediates, I think, during this race. Yeah.
Yep.
So we go on to intermediates. I'll let everybody else go. Here we go. Formation lap. Here, just want to warm up the tires and what have you. Don't want to wreck anybody, especially on the formation lap, because
Why is people
yeah.
getting disqualified?
But yeah, people they were get disqualified from the formation lap, but they weren't disqualified from the race. They were just put onto the grid. So yeah, right here I'm just trying to warm up my tires and stuff like that, and try to get the tires the best that I can. I mean, I can't really do much considering it's raining and it's full wet, so try to heat up the brakes, heat up the gearbox so the shifts are smoother, and try to figure out where my braking points are. I mean, I know where my braking points are, but like reinform them. So yeah.
Where is it at? Oh gosh. That's probably good. Yeah, good luck guys.
Now here's the start right here. You line up, in my grid box. I started P6, I believe. I wasn't. The start here, I was kind of nervous on this start because it's full wet, and I'm on the wet part of the track off the racing line, so yeah, I mean my start was okay. It's pretty good. But then we going down to turn one. I was very conservative right here. My teammate goes on there. My other teammate goes down there. I locked up trying to give him more room on the inside because I felt that the guy was drifting up and I didn't want to turn into him. So I locked up trying to give him more room, but instead I actually ended up hitting him even more. But the damage I gave him wasn't that bad. It was only really end plate, really damage here. So it wasn't that bad. Up here he has a bit of an incident right here. I think he just forgot where his braking point was and went to the gravel and spun it, which was unfortunate, but yeah. So here's my other teammate, Alex, right up here. He was definitely faster than me. But yeah. Right now I just wanna stay in a consistent mood and try to make no mistakes, because considering the condition of the track and how wet it is, because it's extremely wet, you can see here that there's puddles everywhere, and how much spray I'm taking off the tires, so you can visually see how difficult this was. So yeah, it was pretty treacherous. Yeah, so we go down to the brakes. I mess up here, but I managed to keep it together. And really here, Camden, throughout this whole race, I don't really want to spoil the race, but I mean, it was very entertaining, at least in my part, until the end, at least for me. But Camden was really, throughout this whole race, was just really keeping me honest. Like, at least in this wet portion, I was faster than him slightly, so I built up like a 3-second gap. It wasn't much though. He was keeping me honest. I really couldn't get away from him, but he was keeping me honest here. I make a mistake here. He's still there, but yeah, I made a mistake there. He's still there. My teammate, I think, loses his front wing, and basically just kind of ruins his race, which is unfortunate. But I move up to 5th place, which is, you know, good for me. And right now, I just still want to stay consistent, stay good. Like, everybody in front of me, they were just faster than me. Like, I couldn't keep up with them. Like, after this lap, they just drive away. I'd never see them again. Even during the pits, like, you don't see them again. And it's just basically me and Camden this whole race. And me and Cam, you see this gap right here? It's a pretty good gap, but it's enough to keep me honest right here. So this gap basically stayed here until he went on to the intermediates. So right here I realized that the track is basically dry enough for inters. Right here, so before this I was trying to keep my tires cool because I realized they were heating up, and at this moment I felt like I was ready for the inters. So on this lap I decided to pit in for the inters.
He's off the track,
So crash up here. I'm glad I didn't hit that debris, because in this year's game, 2017, if you hit a piece of debris, if you hit at the right angle, it can give you a flat or a puncture. So my pace has slowly been slowing up, so I was Basically, I had to do something because I knew I was just gonna lose so much time if I just stayed out. So, yeah.
Understood. Stopping this lap. Okay, 2 stops left now. 2 stops.
As you can see here, coming to the pits, I'm looking for a good stop from the Mercedes boys. They gave me 2.4, 2.5 around that second stop, which isn't too shabby. I mean, it's not the greatest. Ideally, I would want a 1.9, but that's not really
Okay, stay
realistic for
clear
every
of my
stop.
lane on the exit.
But
Press your
see,
ability
I
and
come
dangerous
out the
driving
pits,
if you
and
also
right now I'm
potentially
gonna
drive.
come out behind the guys that that haven't pitted yet and are still at the wets. And as you can see here, they're kind of struggling for grip as I almost almost did a Tokyo drift there. But yeah, cause I was really uncomfortable with the car right here because I didn't know how much to push it. Cause like when I was on the wets, I was like I knew how much I could push it. But right here it's uncharted territory because first time going on intermediates during the race. So yeah, so as you can see right here, I'm catching up to Penn at a rate of knots because those wets are cooked. So yeah, right here. This is in that nice Force India though, what we call the Pink Panther. But yeah, catching up to him. So I think he's gonna come in this lap anyway. So didn't really cause a big issue.
Alright,
But as you can see here, like the car really wants to
I'll
step
back
out
off
of him.
then. I don't want to get
And really, really losing grip. And right here he tells me that he's about to pit, so I try to back off a little bit here so I don't run into him coming into the pit entrance. You see here he gets really loose right when he comes in the pits and doesn't hold me up that bad. And I pass all the guys that came in after. I pass Camden, and I come back out where I was. And I think Camden lost a little bit of time to me actually. But during the closing laps, he would definitely catch back up to me. Like, definitely. He's really catching on to me. I think the guy in front of me or the guy in front of him. I think that he might have tapped someone or something, and he damaged his front wing, so he had to come in. So eventually, in a couple of laps, I go up to P4. But yeah. So as you can see here, for these last couple laps, Camden has really been chasing me down, and now he's essentially on my tail. And I make a mistake right here, turn into early, take it to the next speed, but he's essentially right there. The problem with him was that, like, even though he was definitely faster than me, the aero push that these cars create just made it basically impossible for him to pass me.
That's been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed.
Because wherever he would catch me, it was basically in the high speed stuff, because I really didn't have confidence in the car. And then in the slow speeds, I was just like keeping,
This is your
well, not keeping, but like in the rain, it's hard to outbrake someone like as much as they can do in the dry, because you can lock up the tires a lot easier. So I think he was just being precautious right here. But the fact that he couldn't really get close to me through the high speed stuff because of the aero push. But he's definitely faster than me. I lost all of my pace. It went from like an 8-second gap that he had on me to like nothing in a couple of laps ever since I moved on to intermediate. So yeah.
Okay, gap ahead is 16.4 seconds.
But he got a penalty. The game gave him a penalty for some reason, so I think it was like a 5-second penalty or something like that. Which,
Wait, Camden, did you just spin on your own right there?
yeah, I didn't know what happened at this point, but he got a penalty for some reason. I don't know why the game gave him a penalty, but I'm in fourth right now because one of the leaders broke their front wing. Well, not broke it, but damaged it enough to where he was
Right, Joseph.
really going slow, so he decided to pit. He was catching us really fast, but couldn't catch us fast enough. But yeah, I come home to take fourth, which was pretty good considering how slow I was, but I was happy with it. Congratulations to Joseph and everybody who finished on the podium. So if you guys enjoyed, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.